Yeah, man. How do you know you chosen the right career? You made the right choice. You know what? That's a great question. I feel a lot of individuals ask themselves that daily, especially when times get hard. It's a great day to be alive. Even when times get hard, let me tell you something. Your body, your mind, your energy will be elevated when you're excited about doing something. That's a great way to know if a career is right for you. When you get excited about doing the work, when you have to stay after long hours to create whatever it is that you need to create or get whatever mission you need done. Yeah. Let's talk about it. Let's take you inside. Within inside. Let's go. Yes, I am relaxed. I am totally relaxed, kick back, chilled, because this is the career for me. I get excited about getting up. I'm driven about getting out here, creating this show, doing the designs, working on this badass painting I've been working on. I'm excited. Yeah, you should be excited too about whatever it is that you do. Now, granted, I know times get hard. You start to question yourself. Did I make the right choice? Only you and you can answer that. But I will say this. You still showing up to that job? You still putting in that work? When you get the project done, are you happy about it? Let's put it this way. You were saying not to get paid for doing whatever job or career you chose to do. Would you still be happy? Of course, we'll all complain because we're not getting paid, but would you be happy? It's a question you got to ask yourself. We'll talk about it on the show. Okay, so we're asking ourselves these questions. I'm over here relaxed, and you're like, damn, inside, we're gonna start the show. Just in a second. But say, listen, when you were a kid and people asked you, hey, what you wanna be when you grow up? And you had this grandiose answer, right? You know why you had that answer? Because you probably seen somebody doing something. You watched your favorite character on TV doing something. I know at least that's what we did. You get a little older, life happens, your mind changes, and you choose to do a career in that same field. Guess what? Guess what? You come to find out you don't like it. Sometimes a lot of us get out here and see other people doing things and be like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. That's what I'm supposed to do. You kind of find out it's something that you just might hate. Sometimes the truth hurts. But that's why creating shows like this is very important. It's very inspiring when we get to talk and have these type of conversations. You know what we're finna do right now? We're finna tap in, lock into the show, and do what we do. No, this is not a dream. You're in the world of Inside Speaks. We're inspiring you to find happiness in your world. Guess what? We outside with it. We like to hammock camp, bike, as well as rook. That's right. I'm an Army veteran. I served 2 tours, man, with some great individuals, man. We had our ups, we had our downs, just like you go through in life. But I tell you what, I'm gonna share some of them stories with you on this channel. Welcome back, everyone, man. It's your boy Inside, man. We are going to touch on a topic that may hit home for you. It just might strike you just enough to make you think or change your decision on the job that you have right now. I'm going to tell you something, man. Many of us dream big. We got big visions, and sometimes we get caught up in the sauce. Sometimes that sauce we just might not like. Welcome back to Inside Speaks. I'm your host, Inside, and we are going in on this. Second chance wins. And the reason why I call it second chance wins is because we rise and we rebuild careers and all through life, right? But once we all get a second chance, we learn from the first time, and when we get the information that we receive from maybe falling off or hitting hard times or jumping into something that's really not meant for us, we learn. We learn, we build, we grow, and we advance in life. All this week, man, we have been hitting these points, and I'm going to show you guys what our show is about. For those that are just joining, those that are just tapping in, and this somehow came across your feed, it was meant for you today, right? So Monday, we talked about starting from zero. Tuesday, we talked about the battles we don't see. Those are internal battles, right? And then this past Wednesday, we talked about breaking the cycle. Now, today is Thursday, Throwback Thursday, so you know I got some throwback stories for your ass. Anyways, man, rise and rebuild careers, reinventing your professional life. And Friday, coming up this Friday, man, right before we hit the road to go to the family reunion to go out here and do what we do best, enjoy ourselves and enjoy our lives. We will be talking about victory after the fall, finding your way back to the top. Saturday and Sunday, we go over current events and hot topics, man. Listen, this is what we do, and I like what we do, and I believe what we have built is effective, man. So today's topic, like I said before, is second chance wins, man. Building your career. Rise and rebuild. Thursday. I hope you guys have an amazing day so far. You haven't already, which most of you guys probably have. You haven't already. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this with a friend and somebody else that may need this. Maybe someone that's in their stage of being in a second chance. Maybe that one coworker you got, you see them when they come in the head, his head is down and just disgusted with the way life is rolling for them. They may need to watch this, right? We got some points here, like each and every time we roll this show. I have about 3 to 5 points that we'll go over and talk about. And I may share some blogs. I may share some things that I have seen across the way. But the point is, we are sharing information, we are building, and we're building this community up. I am telling you one thing, right? I sat here today and I was like, you know what? I really enjoy doing this. Now, y'all, I am exhausted. You may be able to tell by my energy right now. I am exhausted, right? But I love doing this. I actually have found a purpose in life by creating this show. Now, I will always be a graphic designer. I will always be a graffiti artist. I will always be an artist when it comes to painting, right? But I have a joy in doing this. Earlier today on Facebook, I posted up an old picture of me. And I was actually interviewing my mom at the time, believe it or not, in that picture. And then there was a few other people I interviewed that week as well. But I sat there and watched and I was like, you know what? Over the span of me being in this entertainment lane, you know, at the time, podcast was not like, it wasn't like the pocket. It was just, hey, you sitting there interviewing people. Now it's like the term podcast, and it became like this big thing. And I've been doing this for quite some time. But with the perfections and everything I've learned over time, I learned that I have a new passion. And I am telling you what, I don't think I'll give this up for anything. Maybe that's how you feel about your job. Maybe that's how you feel about your career. Maybe you're at that point or that fork in road, we will say, that you're like, man, should I stay or should I go? Most people have been at some of their jobs for years. I mean, years. And they decide to say, hey, man, you know, I've been here 25 years, man. I always wanted to do something for me. So should I leave this job, sacrifice everything that I've built and done to go find something that's going to make me a little bit more happier? And we'll talk about some of them battles today. And I am excited for this show. I believe there's individuals that I personally know that have changed their career around. Then I'll talk about some individuals that you may know or heard of, like we do on this show all the time. We will talk about a few celebrities, high profile people that went through these things. You may know them by name. You may have seen some of their films. You may have even read about them or purchased some of their books. With that being said, if you haven't already, make sure you check out some of our previous shows right here. Routine builds confidence. Veteran business must knows discipline over motivation, right? I like what we're doing. You see, when I first started this, I had no organization at all. I was just going in head first. Let's do it. But we got to handle today, man. At the same time, Second Chance Wins live on YouTube. 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Like, comment, and subscribe. I have to make sure I constantly put that in there, right? Why do I say that? Because it reminds myself why I am doing this, why I'm excited about doing this. Reading over the title, it always brings me back to the point of what we're talking about. And speaking about points, right? Speaking about points, right? I got 5 of them that we'll go over, right? I got 5 of these points that we will go over. And you may hear my babies in the back. You may hear my kiddos. And Trisha was showing me this new show that she was watching. Like, okay, cool, baby. You want to talk about it? Cool. You can talk about the show. So she might pop in here and she might want to give her 2 cents on her show. And we are going to allow her to do that. Because some of y'all need to allow yourself to do some things that you like to do for yourself. Now, I understand that you must get the bills paid. Bro, I need a job. I need to have a job so I can keep these things going, bro. I got to keep the lights on. You're willing to stay miserable behind that, so be it. You're not the only one. There's a lot of people out here that choose to live their life that way. I will tell you, it's not healthy. It's not healthy at all, right? And with that being said, here are 5 points that we're going to be talking about. Embracing the pivot. Skills up fast. Yesterday we talked about skills, right? Skill building, right? But it also works here today. We also talked about what? Starting from zero. Yeah. Right? And we're going to talk about leverage old strengths. That's something that we always forget about. We forget about our own abilities to make things even better and staying consistent daily. With these 5 points, you may have noticed how they fall in line with our previous shows over this past week, over these past almost full month. Y'all know I've had this YouTube channel almost a year now. If YouTube had a birthday for people with channels, it would have happened Monday. So crazy, right? Consistency, building, constantly going forward, attempting different things to see what works and what don't work, right? I had a couple of different names for the show to do, right? And I'm gonna share some of them with you, right? Career comeback. That would sound kind of good. It felt a little footballish, but sound kind of good. Rebuilt from ruin. Now I was watching a little trailer for Odyssey, right? And it was like, you know what? Rebuilding from ruin sounds really good, you know, but when you got ruins, that's rubble. You've been tore down so much, people may not want to build, they want to move on, right? So I came up with something like new mission ahead. Kind of military, kind of works a little bit. But then I also thought about start again strong. And that just didn't have like the same kind of punch as second chance wins. Some of y'all are gamblers, and some of y'all understand what it means to take a risk again and again and again and find out how to win, right? And I get that. I'm not so much a big gambler. I do take risks when it comes to career. I take risks when it comes to working with certain people. Hell, I take a risk just answering the damn phone if I do answer the damn phone, right? And I was reading some blogs today, right? As we do always. And like I will share on here today, right? I was reading Angel's blog, one of her first blogs from Raw True Novels. Now, the blog don't so much go with what the title of the show is, but I am going to point out a few things as she talks about what she talks about in this blog, right? And I'm going to read this here. I know some of you guys would like to read along, so I will share the screen with you. I will share the screen with you guys so you guys can see, and I'm going to move it over, and I'm going to make it all the way full so you guys get to see what I am talking about. Boom, right? Now, as you know, I was in there reading it, right? The title of this was The Mona Lisa. They only see the smile, right? And it was a point that she made in here. I like how she got the picture and stuff right there, right? If you haven't already, make sure you go to Raw True Novels and check out what she's got going over there. She's working on some things for you guys to tap in with. She's updating the site. So I'm overly excited and I'm motivated and it turned up for her, right? So before we even get into this, y'all know Angel can sing. Our whole family got like these skills of singing. Hold on. Hey, production crew, bring the camera back to me. All right, listen. Y'all know Angel can sing, right? She can sing. She's got multiple talents. But writing is it. The career change What the? Yeah. She bring that Hong Kong Fooey out. If you don't know who Hong Kong Fooey is, maybe, do some cartoon research. It's a classic cartoon you might want to tap in. Anyways, back to the reading. All right, so this is what we're going to get into the blog today, right? They only see the smile. So anybody that knows about Mona Lisa, right? Most people know it for the smile. For those that don't have any type of art history, after you read this blog, you may educate yourself. With that being said, they only see the smile. That's what the world has done. Now, who in Sam Hill would be calling me right now? Bruh. Now, let me say this while we live. Excuse me, Miss Mona Lisa. Excuse me, Miss Angel. I have to do something really quick. This how real this show is. This how. Let me tell you guys something. I'm not just saying I'm a dick just to say I'm a dick. Bro, I'm a dick. From now on, the next time somebody call me while I'm live, when you know I got the show rolling. See, I had to change careers because the old me would pull up on you and gave you 4 fingers and a thumb. Maybe cut your ass out because, you know what? Stay in motion. Stay in the show. Remember to smile. Some of y'all, boy, I tell you what. And y'all wonder why I don't answer the phone. Yay, what's up, baby? My son's over there like, he finna spaz out. I'm not gonna spaz out, not just yet. What's up, man? Ooh, some of y'all out there. Anyways, back to the show. Let me get back to this reading, because after I was reading this, I felt a little good, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Hold on, yeah. Well, sometimes I like throwing stuff. Anyways, let's go. We back. Production crew, let's flip it back. All right, boom. All right. They only see the smile. That's what the world has done with the Mona Lisa for more than 500 years. People stood in front of that painting searching for answers. They asked if she's happy, if she's hiding sadness, if she's in love, if she's grieving, if she's keeping a secret. Millions have studied her expressions, yet no one truly knows what she was feeling in that moment. All they see is a smile. Goddamn fun. Woo! I'm 38 hot right now, y'all. Hey, listen, I'm working on me. That's why this show is for survivors, y'all. Y'all get real life moments. It is what it is, right? Life has taught me that people do the same thing with us. Yes, they do. They see a smile and assume everything must be okay. They don't ask what it takes to smile. They don't wonder what happened before the picture was taken. They don't think about the years it took to rebuild after life tried to tear you apart. Y'all see why I chose to kind of use this right here? That line right there. They don't think about the years it took to rebuild after life tried to tear you apart. You see how I elevated my voice to give a little emphasis on those points right there? With that being said, all right, a smile has become one of the most misunderstood expressions in the world. Sometimes it's joy, sometimes it's relief, sometimes it's survival, sometimes it's simply the strength to make it through another day without letting the world see you break. Now, before I even continue reading, she got on me for a second because I was smiling. But in this smile, I feel like kicking ass. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Right? With that being said, listen, production crew, bring it back. People have looked at me and seen confidence. They've seen determination. They've seen someone chase dreams, publish books, build businesses, and keep moving forward. What they haven't seen are the chapters that come before those moments, the disappointments, the betrayals, the silence, the tears no one witnessed, the nights spent wondering if life would ever feel different, the moments where giving up seemed easier than taking another step. People don't always know what someone has survived because survival rarely introduces itself. It quietly becomes part of who you are. Some people wear designer clothes, others wear invisible scars. I see you, Taylor. Taylor over here, sneaky. That right there was deep, right there. Some people wear designer clothes, others wear invisible scars. She's sizzling over here, ain't she? The world applauds what it can see. It rarely acknowledges what someone has to overcome to get there. All right. Just this first part right now. Now, I'm going to continue reading on. But that first part right there really breaks down what we do when we question ourselves. When we really question ourselves, if we chose the right career. Or should we stick with something? Are we doing this just to pay bills? Are we putting on this facade, telling our boss, man, I love this position. I love the opportunities gave to me. But in the back of our head, you over there looking at them like you want to run them over with a bus. I'm just saying, we do that a lot. We do that. There's a reason why I'm starting to add her blogs in here, because the things that she write about, she has certain points in there, even when they may not match up to the title that I'm doing, because this is actually a blog that she wrote even before I even thought about doing this week's episode, right? And sometimes our minds just click, right? All right, production group, bring it back. All right, boom. Why I write. Now, this is Angel talking about why she writes. I write because stories have a way of saying the things people struggle to say out loud. Hello. Not because I have all the answers, and not because my life has been harder than anyone else's. One day, someone will pick up one of my books. They'll read a chapter, stop for a moment, and quietly think, damn, she talking about it. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. Because that's the beautiful thing about storytelling. Some stories are fiction. Some are inspired by truth. Some carry pieces of my life. Some carry pieces of my mother's life. Some reflect conversations I've had with family, friends, strangers, and peoples whose name the world will never know. Some chapters belong to me. Some belong to people who trusted me enough to share their stories. Some belong to emotions that thousands of people have felt but never found the words to describe. I don't write to expose anyone. I don't write to settle scores. I don't write to convince people my truth is bigger than theirs. I write because pain has a strange way of making people believe they're alone. They're not. Every person you pass is carrying something you know nothing about. Facts! The woman is smiling at a grocery store. The man is laughing at work. Y'all Negroes know y'all do that. The student is staring quietly in class. Sitting quietly in class. Taylor's over here staring at me. The neighbor waves every morning. She over there laughing. The parents are cheering from the sidelines. The successful business owner, the veteran, the teacher, the author. We become so good at surviving that people mistake survival for peace. Bar. That's a bar. That's a bar. Damn it, girl. All right. But surviving and healing are not always the same thing. Some people spend years learning how to smile before they learn how to heal. Facts. That's why I don't judge people by what they choose to show. Because I've learned that the strongest people aren't always the loudest. Hello, even though I'm being loud right now. Sometimes they're the ones carrying the heaviest stories without ever asking for sympathy. If my books teach anything, I hope they teach this. Every person has a story. Every family carries chapters that never make it into conversations. Every smile has a history. You break down history as history. All right. Anyways, let's keep it going. Some stories are meant to be told exactly as they happen. Others become, come here, son. Others become fiction because fiction creates a safe space for difficult conversations. Sometimes changing names doesn't change the truth. Sometimes creating a new world allows people to finally see the one they're living in. Come here, man. So, if one day you read one of my novels and wonder, is this real? Maybe parts of it are, maybe parts of it aren't. Maybe the better question is, how many people have lived a version of this story? Because the truth is, none of us is allowed, Because the truth is, none of us is as alone as we think we are. The Mona Lisa never explained her smile. She never owed the world an explanation. Neither do you. Sometimes your smile is enough. The rest of your story belongs to you. And when you are ready, tell it or don't. Just never let anyone convince you that because they see your smile, they know who you are. Miss Williams is an amazing, phenomenal writer. My son is over here going crazy with this sneaky stuff, y'all. He going crazy with the sneaky. What you doing, man? I see your hand. You're waving. Everybody's waving at you. And I see you over here dropping comments saying hi. I'm responding to my young man is in here. He's dropping comments and he's sharing. It's like I finally be locking in, supporting each other like heavy, and I love it. It's something dope. It's something dope that your family should do too. With that being said, man, let's go ahead and get into some of these points, right? Embracing the pivot. Reinvention starts with accepting that your old path no longer serves your future. I believe we have a hard time breaking away from our past. There are moments when I am really quick to click back to the old me. You saw a little taste of that earlier, right? You know what I mean? So just a little tidbit of that earlier, man. You know why my phones always break? Because I'd be like, why the heck this person calling me? And I chunk it. Because I'd rather chunk the phone than chunk them. Damn it, man. Stop, son. Skill up fast. New careers demand new tools. Learning aggressively shortens the rebuilding time. And that's what we talked about yesterday. We dived a little bit into that yesterday, talking about having skills, learning more information, widening your palette of things that you need to know how to do. Because when you know more, you're able to explore more, you're able to be more of a value to the jobs and the services and the businesses that you are aligned with, right? And I don't know, the deeper message of this whole show right now is it's never really over. There's always another chance. Until you don't have any breath in your lungs, and if you've done something really amazing and phenomenal, people will carry your story on. But second guessing yourself comes with building careers, building a life for yourself. And I know, I get it. Man, this how you just don't know, man. I got these bills and this job right now, and God, it's just not for me. And I have to do these things. And I get what you're saying. I get it, right? But remember, on Monday, we talked about starting from zero. Maybe this is your time to start from zero, right? Humility is fuel. Many successful people began again from the bottom. Right now, you may be an exec at the place that you're at right now, but you cannot stand getting up. You can't stand going through the front doors. You can't stand to press that button on that elevator, go all the way to the top floor, and you have to pass all these people going all the way down to your corner office at the building. Although on the outside, it may look amazing, phenomenal. Girl, you out there doing your thing, girl, you don't boss up. But in the back of your head, you just like, oh my God, bro, I can really just jump out this window. Really just jump out this window. I know. There's a lot of people like that I've met. A lot of them. I've met some individuals that have some dope successful story, but they are miserable when you get them out of element, when you get them out of around from all of their little entourage of people, and you really sit down with them and you get a real deeper dive into what their life truly is. You know what I mean? The outside of the cover, so talking about Angel's book, outside of the cover of the book can be amazing, but what's inside is the deeper sauce. That right there is the juice. You have great bread on the outside of your sandwich, but the ingredients can be horrible. Horrible, right? Leverage over strength. What you doing, man? Oh, I see you. My son over here fumbling on my leg. Man, you know, it's ghost in this house. Leverage old strengths, right? Your past experience become an advantage when applied creatively, right? Now, when we're talking about this right here, earlier we talked about embracing the pivot, you know what I'm saying? The old path you was on, the old things you used to do are not an advantage for your future, but specifically right here, it is talking about your past experiences. And you use what you've learned from them things creatively, it will help you advance. Not dwelling in what you used to do and where you used to be at is what it's saying. So yeah, they can kind of bounce away from each other, but at the same time, the whole point of those two statements, the skill up fast and then the leverage your old strength, is use what you already know in a creative way so it can fuel your ship to go forward, and that restarting process is not as long as it could be. You know what I mean? Right? And then staying consistent daily. When you find something that you truly love, like I was saying earlier in the opening of the video, when you find something that you truly love to do, like, it doesn't take long. It don't take long for you to get up out of bed. Matter of fact, you most likely are excited to get out of bed. At some point in time, this is how you really can find, and I'll talk about some of these things too, about how you find what is really meant for you, how you know your career is really, really meant for you. Right, here's one of them right now. You don't even need an alarm. You're so excited about getting up to go do the thing that you are doing or the thing that you're pursuing, right? You don't even need to set an alarm. You're probably up an hour or 2 hours or waking up in the middle of the night excited about going to do what you're doing, right? Think about that when it comes to your Christmas gifts, right? Those that celebrate Christmas, right? And you know that as a kid, right? You get to the point where, oh man, you know, Christmas is 2 days away and you got gifts under the tree. For some of us may have a few gifts under the tree or 1 or 2 boxes under the tree. And you're so excited about getting to them boxes, right? It's hard for you to sleep. Man, and it's something that Tanner does a lot when it comes to these shows or these movies. Hell, he was doing that for his mom's birthday. Baby. He kept asking, hey, his mom's, is it the 16th yet? Is it 16? He was doing this days before her birthday. He was so excited. He was excited thinking like his birthday. No, it's his mom's birthday. He was overly excited. Daddy, is it the 16th yet? No, it's the 14th, son. It's 2 days away. It's the 15th, son. It's 1 day away. It's 16th. And he's up in joy. It's kind of like that feeling when you know what you are doing, what you're pursuing is meant for you. It don't take a lot for you to get out here to go get it, to get after it, to build, to push. Grand Rising, brother, I see you on here. Yeah, it's up, man. But yeah, to continue to push, to drive forward. It's not hard. When you love what you do, listen to me. I love to paint. I love to get behind this contraption right here and just talk what I feel like talking, speaking on how I like to speak, you know. And it only became this here recently, although I've been doing it for many of years, right? And most of them shows I produce, most of those, I'm talking about all the show, from most of these shows I produce, from the Questions podcast, from the Blast Dump. I'm talking about, we can go all the way back from when I was stationed in Kansas. We did interviews back then. I got footage. Y'all know I keep history, right? And most of the time rocking out, producing them shows, help bringing them shows together, organizing them shows, doing the writers for the shows, financially putting money behind the shows, Angel and I, right? And bringing those things to life, right? It's different from what's going on here. What's going on here, I'm able to heal myself, talk about topics that are not always curved to what society says has to be or what's hot right now. When I was producing those many of shows, right? I was doing it to help push other people's careers. It was nowhere really in there I was doing it for myself. Although I had fun, I learned a lot, we met a lot of people, built a lot of bridges, built a lot of network, we got a lot more power now. You know what I mean? Listen, got a lot of power in the city. I know a lot of people in the city. Hell, now I don't even go outside like that no more. And I still got connection with some elite individuals out here, right? Because of the work we did in the past. Like I was talking about leveraging old strengths. You know what I mean? Keeping them networking things. Although I may not be out there rocking and rolling like I was doing before, right? But at the same time, I know what it takes to build things. And that's why when I see people do their shows, I don't mind. Hey, man, let me chunk a little something to you. Here you go. Chunk a little something to you, man. Go on, get up and go do your thing. You know what I mean? I just want to see you win. I don't got to know you. You don't got to know me. Especially you from the Triple D. You from Dallas. I don't give a damn. Hey, man. I know what it takes to get something rolling. I know the frustrations behind doing these things. That's why I say when it comes to doing something that you love, it don't take much for you to get up to go make it happen. Period. You said, that's me. I wake up early without an alarm every day, just excited to see Mika. Yeah, you better say that. And yeah, listen, man. Shout out to the new production joints you got rolling. You know what I mean? Very professional. Lighting on point. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, right? And listen, at the same time, anybody else out here that is in that space of wanting to start something new, don't hesitate. Don't wait. Jump out there. You're going to get it wrong a couple of times. Hell, I was getting it wrong a couple of times, but that is part of the process. Right? And you know, I'm going to dive a little deeper in here. Let's talk about some individuals that had to reinvent, change their careers up, right, for them to advance in life. And some of these individuals you may know. Have you ever heard of a brother named Jeff Bezos? Maybe you've heard of him, maybe you haven't. Jeff Bezos left Wall Street. Now, everybody should know by now, Wall Street is a place where people make a lot of money, a lot of exchanges. You know what I mean? Numbers go back and forth. You know, they playing with zeros and ones and decimals, right? Make a lot of money. He left that to go build one of the biggest businesses out here to date. You know what that is? Amazon. And guess when he did it? 1994. Why don't I have to look at the screen to do that? Because I do my research, y'all. I want to bring y'all some good context, right? But yeah, Jeff Bezos left Wall Street finance. Now think about it. You're leaving a place where money is being made, you know, money's coming in and out, you know, like a revolving door, right? And you believe in something that you want to do so much, man, I'm willing to let all this go to restart and do something new. Because it don't always deal with the money. It comes with how happy you are, how happy the thing makes you feel. And when you feel good, you make better choices. You start to separate to elevate. You start to see what you want out of life instead of what people tell you need out of life. And that's a fight that a lot of y'all may be dealing with right now. Mama telling me I need to do this and I gotta go do this, so I'm gonna have to do this because that's what she wants. Well, what about what do you want? Yeah, you gotta ask yourself that. And some of us rebellious kids was like that.
Some of us kids that had our own mindset on what we wanted to do, we're a little bit more advanced than some of y'all. You know what I mean? I'm going to do what mom parents say I got to do. That's what I'm going to do because they say that's what I'm going to do. And you are miserable. There are so many people that I was served in the military with that joined the military, and they only joined because their grandfather was in the military or their father was in the military. And when they got in the military, they realized it wasn't for them. They wasn't bred for it. Shit happens, right? And I would say this, just saying, do what's best for you, barring if nobody agrees with it. Man, you out here living on the testicles of the world or the tits of the world, depending on who you are, right? And you hanging on them things, man, you're going to live a miserable life. Miserable. That's why this is so important. You in your teens, you get to screw up. In your 20s, you can screw up. In your 30s, you can screw up. Hell, in your 40s, hopefully you learn after those 30 years, okay, this is what I need to do now for me. Sometimes we just don't get it. It just don't be clicking. Man, why my life so miserable? Why stuff just keep going wrong? Because you're hanging on the testicles of the world. You're sucking on the tits of America. And you're forgetting about you. Damn it. As we shall continue. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Y'all remember Arnold Schwarzenegger? I'll be back, right? Listen, this guy reinvented himself multiple times. Started out as a bodybuilder. Y'all know. Pumping his... Tybo. He was a little bit before Tybo, but yeah, he out there pumping and sweating, doing his thing, right? Then transitioned from the bodybuilder to becoming an actor. Then became one of the biggest action stars going up against, we know, Rambo. You know, Rambo and him was going head to head, movies bouncing back and forth, challenges versus. Before versus, right, there was movie versus. So it was Rambo and Arnold Schwarzenegger. They were bumping heads. Back and forth. Then switched his career up once again and became the governor of California. If that don't tell you, you do what makes you happy, I don't know what is. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Like, we all have a second chance. I know people that's done plenty prison time. Personally know them. Not over the phone talking to them. Not, hey, meet you through online. No, I know people personally that's done a lot of prison time and got out here and got to it. You left the life of crime because you was really good at what you were doing. Obviously, you wasn't that good because you got caught. But you got out there and did life crime, made you some money, fell the hell off, did your time, came back and realized what you finally wanted to do, not what the neighborhood and the people told you what you were supposed to do because of what you looked like and the environment you was in. And you're thriving even more now than what you did then. Damn it. There's another person, and we're going to talk about him too. And y'all may have heard his story. You haven't, you should definitely look it up. Terry Crews, Mr. Dancing Body Man. You see him hosting all type of shows right now. Man. You know who used to play in the NFL? Yeah, Terry Crews playing in the NFL. Yeah, that man was playing in the NFL. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We don't think he was just big for no reason. Yeah, he played in the NFL, man. He played in the NFL. And like what happens most of the time, people get cut. Hey, man, we don't need you no more. Yeah, you gotta go. People get injured. You know what I mean? Somebody better comes along, you know what I mean? And they take your spot. This happens a lot. A lot in all type of professional sports. This happens a lot. So what do? Do you mope? Do you become the druggie? Do you become the guy sitting on the couch talking about your old past stories? Or do you say, you know what? There's something else out here that can make me happy, that'll better my life. And that's what he did. And guess what he got into? As you should know by now, he got into acting. Right? He got into acting and became actually a really successful actor. At the same time, now he's hosting one of the biggest music competition shows out here to date and been doing it for a while. Matter of fact, I was watching it yesterday. Angel was watching the man yesterday doing his thing, getting out there, doing what he do, right? But with that being said, there are some things I can actually share with you guys that you may be able to use. See, I don't just be on here just diddle-daddle, and just throwing stuff up here, bringing stuff out of fresh and thin air. No. I really get out here and research the stuff that people can actually use, right? So I actually went and got an actual little diagram that you guys can use, and you end up seeing. You can screenshot it, or if you want it, I can actually send it to you. And I think it will be something that you can use. Now, I'm not saying having all these different diagrams is going to make it work, make life better. Not saying that. But what I will say is having something like this to kind of go off of would actually help, right? So this is kind of like a form of a checklist, right? How do we check and see if my career is meant for me or not, right? This is career clarity checklist, right? And I went and did some research, and then I asked the AI deal on Copilot. I mean, give me a little chart that people can actually use, right? And that's literally what I did, because I did this, and it's like, you know what, people might need to see something, right? So here's some alignment, right? Alignment, right, is the path right for you. Energy, does this work fuel you, right? Growth, are you becoming who you want to be? That is a big one. Stability, does it support your real life? And the mega one is reality check. Are you being honest with yourself? This little checklist right here, I'll leave it up for just like a moment, right? Then we'll get back to the regular screen. But this little checklist right here is very, very powerful. You know, you end up actually using this thing or something like that. Trust me, there's many of them out here you can use. Hell, I've seen some that are in the schools that they got some stuff called SWAT right now that I was reading about the other day, and it just helped me work on some of this stuff. And you think about some of these questions, we don't even ask ourselves. We just kind of go with the flow. Man, I just need this check. Give me this money, man, so I can get this money, go pay these bills. Most of us have a life like that where it's like, hey, I do the work, I get paid, I take the money, I pay the bills, and I may have enough left over to do something for myself. And most of the time that is get you a little drink, maybe have one little date somewhere or doing something like that. And other than that, you back in the same old cycle. But in that whole cycle, you may not be happy with what you're doing. You may be miserable at what you're doing. So a reality check is the mega one of this whole list. Reality check is the big one. Are you being honest with yourself? And most of us are not honest with ourselves. Most of us just out here to do what we do. Man, I'm just out here. I used to work in a warehouse. Listen, I used to work at a warehouse called Rubbermaid right in Atlanta. And some of those goddamn, you know, you get your break time, you get your little 15-minute break in the beginning, and they out there smoking them up. Talking about how bad how bad life is, how much they hate the job and all that, right? Then we go back to work and you ride by them on the forklift and they come by, man, bro, ain't this bullshit? They got us out here working. You know what I mean? Oh, listen, I've been there. I tell you, I keep it real. I've been in many different organizations, many different jobs. I work temp jobs too, right? Get to your lunchtime, you know, now you got a good 35, 40 minutes to get all the stuff off your chest for just that day. This is not for the week, for the month, for the year. No, this is just for that day, right? Get in there, everybody got their little lunch pails out. Some people got some cold food. Some people got food in the refrigerator with their name on it because, you know, people steal food. And they come in there, sit by you. And there's always that one joker that sit by you that is just shucking and hating life. And just pouring all that suck all on you. Just, man, boss don't like me. The boss is racist. Matter of fact, I don't even think it's family. Like, I don't even think the boss dog like me. I seen the boss yesterday walking through the, you know, just going off, just going ham shit. And every time that would happen, in the back of my head, I'd be like, damn. Now, I don't say it to the person, you know. It would just be, at the time, you know, so many miserable people working in the warehouse. Just be like, yo, bro, why the hell are you here? I just want to enjoy my food. Why you even sit by me? Just saying. Just saying. Sometimes we got to think about what makes us happy than what just pays the bills. Now I get it. I know, man. Right now, the way inflation is and everything rolling, it ain't easy out here. I know, but your happiness matters. Your sanity matters. So when that question comes to your mind, should I stay at this job and go? You know why the question came up? Probably because you should go. Yup. You probably should go. When those questions come up, it's not this little angel on this show and little devil on this show and they having a whole conversation going between your damn ears. No. Those questions come up because you're not happy. That's the only reason why those questions come up. You're not happy. Either you're not happy the way the system laid out for you to work. You may not be happy because of the co-workers that are around you. Hell, you may not just be happy with yourself and the way you look and the way you're feeling when you walk through damn doors. Just saying. Listen. These are the conversations people run from. Damn, bro, talking about me, man. I can't stand the job I'm at right now. Damn, I turn this off. You might want to turn it off. I got a little bit right? About 10 more minutes and I'm going to leave y'all alone. But here's a way you can align a few things to make sure that you're at the right place. And it's that list that I gave you guys earlier. But at the same time, there's a little bit more that you could think about, right? Have you ever thought about when you get off that job? And here's something that I had to goddamn think about when I was out there doing all the promotion and hitting them streets and being out 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning and barely getting to see my fam. Now, although we out there turning up, having a good time, out there locking an individual, name getting bigger, the brand getting bigger. But guess what? When I get back home, the family and the kids had to deal with all the frustration and the suck and the tiredness that I had going on. I mean, I didn't leave it outside. I brought it in the door. And bringing that in the door is never, listen to me. That is never the answer. Never bring work home. Never bring work home. It would destroy the peace. It would destroy it would destroy the energy, because whoever pissed you off out there, you know how them security dudes do with the security light. They get out there and move this way. Bro, I was asked to come here. This is a part of my job. They over there. And you bring that suck on, man. I have to deal with this dumbass security guard only getting paid $50 an hour at this spot. I have to deal with this jack. And now you're bringing all that frustrating anger home when your family don't deserve it. Hell, your home is supposed to be your place of peace. It is supposed to be your getaway. But then again, some people don't got homes like that. I'm not saying structure. I'm saying when they leave the suck of the job. And I know some brothers dealing with this right now. They leave the suck of the job. And then when they get home, they got to deal with the nagging of the wife, or the nagging of the husband, or the nagging of the kid. And it's like, oh God, I'm still in hell. Listen, hey, I've been there. I've been there. So I won't just say I'm an expert at these different topics I talk about, but I've been there. I know what it's like to work a 12-hour shift, come home. You only got 4 hours of break before you got to go to that second job. And all that whole 4 hours all in your ears. Damn, man, you ain't make no more money. Damn, man, you can't do this and this, that. Damn, you ain't going to make no food. Damn, you ain't going to clean up. Damn, you going to do this. You ain't going to take the trip. Man, bitch, I've been at work 12 hours. I got another 8 to go. See, we don't go too deep. Y'all be watching movies. I dealt real life with this. Strength, weakness, opportunity. Yeah, damn right. That's SWAT. Not SWAT kicking in the door, y'all. SWOT. I'm learning stuff in school, right? But I am telling you guys, there are individuals out here that I know that get beat up every day when they come home. And you know what? We might talk a little bit about that next week. But on a lighter note, we can go deep on that. I know brothers I don't know. In fact, I know brothers and sisters right now that are dealing with what I'm talking about right now. If they would just decide to be like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of this. And I'm talking about, I know what I'm finna say may be mean, but just fucking leave. And if the situation is truly meant for you, you'll come back. Or they'll change. Or the conversation that needed to be had all this time will be had. And things will mend, or they won't. You leaving a job that you don't like, just listen to what this sound like. You're working at a place that you cannot stand to be at, but you gotta pay the bills. Then you gotta hear other coworkers at the job talking about how they life suck. Then when you finally get out of work, falling in line, getting outside the warehouse building, going through the security gate so you can't leave off the premises before you do anything bad to anybody, you gotta do that suck-ass drive home with your head down through your fucking legs, sitting in traffic like, oh, this... God damn. And then when you finally get in the parking lot, you're sitting in your goddamn driveway like, oh my God. And you finally get your ass out of the car, and right when your hand touches the damn doorknob, you just right when you walk through the door, the first thing you hear is, oh, here come this Negro. Then it starts all over again. I've been there, brother. I've been there, sister. I know. That's why you gotta be a little bit selfish. That's why you gotta be a little bit of a dick. That's why you gotta stop being that simp that you are right now. I'm not just... Inside called me a simp. I did. I need you to understand this. You are important. Your life is important. When things start to suck and feel bad like that, your answer is time to move on. It's time to go. Don't be a slave to paying bills. Do what makes you happy. I'm telling you now, your ass will kick the bucket early. Your heart will explode. I'm just saying. It's been a great show, guys. I need you guys to know I'm not here to be your friend. I'm doing this to heal myself, because the old me needed these type of conversations. The old me needed these. I had a lot of yes people around me back in the day. I needed these type of conversations. Yeah, I needed these type of conversations, bro. Hey, man, tell them motherfucker over there kiss their ass. Tell them kiss your ass, bro, because you keep getting locked up in the county for these fools over here. You the one throwing punches, and they ain't throwing no punches. They starting the shit, but you over here swinging away. Tell you, I've been in situations, man. Listen, even a woman, even angels will tell you the girl had to look down the barrel of a gun for me. That's why being a little selfish, making sure you're in line with what makes you happy, is the only thing that's important. Period. Because when you're not happy, I promise you, everything will and shall go wrong. Financially, your love life, your relationship, your friends, your family, it will all go wrong because you're going to cause the wrong because you're not happy. You're unbalanced. You're over here tipping scales instead of just enjoying life. My over son over here playing music. And I'm not talking about Angel, y'all. I'm just saying. I'm talking about the individuals. Y'all, some of y'all know what I'm talking about, because that's where some of these topics come from. Y'all, when I do answer the phone, you're venting to me about stuff. I'm telling you, bro, should I leave? Yes. Fucking go. Run for the border. Well, I don't want to run, man. It might be me. It might be. You still might need to go. Your job ain't here to make everybody happy. Period. I know what the church told you you're supposed to do. Damn it. You might need to say damn that. You might need to say damn that. You're living by a book that was made years ago, and some of that stuff does not apply today. I'm just saying, make yourself happy first. Please. Not for me. Not for your side piece. Not for the homie down the street. Not for the wino that's on the corner that you pass by every day because you got to have a drink before you go home. For your goddamn self. Because you don't do it. You don't do it. I promise you. You're either going to become homicidal or you're going to become suicidal. There's no other option. There's no other way around that. There's not. So become the dick. Make that career change. Stop sucking up the suck because you feel like you just got to get these bills paid. Bills are always going to be, they ain't going nowhere. But you will. In the ground. 6 feet. It's inside. Just letting you know. Keep kicking, you keep kissing niggas' ass out here, all right? Your ass gonna be in the grass. Ah, good God. I needed these talks years ago. Yeah, that's why I say this is a new purpose. This is the purpose. This is the purpose of life right now. I needed these talks years ago. And when I say I'm sharing some of these stories Angel and I have been through and dealt with, and she been dealing with my ass and all type of things, man. I'm not just speaking out of my culo. I've really been out here dealing with things. You know what I'm saying? So it's your boy Inside. Make sure you guys tap in with Jim's IT Publishing, man. Make sure you guys tap in with rawtruenovels.org. So much coming, so much on the way. And throughout these days, we'll be going to the family reunion here tomorrow, the morning. I'll do the show, and after the show, we'll be packing up. We'll be hitting the road, and we'll be back on Saturday. So Sunday we'll have a show. Saturday I have some content ready for you guys to watch, tap in with, and I respond in the comments. And it's been another great, amazing show. I don't even have a 4-hour break sometimes, but I still joyful. See that right there? Yeah. That right there is what I'm talking about. Whew. Been there. Done that. It's your boy Inside. Let's get it.
No, this is not a dream. You're in the world of Inside Speaks. We're inspiring you to find happiness in your world. Guess what? We outside with it. We like to hammock camp, bike, as well as ruck. That's right. I'm an Army veteran. I served 2 tours, man, with some great individuals, man. We had our ups, we had our downs, just like you go through in life. But I tell you what, I'm gonna share some of them stories with you on this channel.